Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My home state of New Jersey has long been at the forefront of innovation, from telecom to electricity to pharmaceutical innovations of today. Indeed, one of the three COVID-19 vaccines being used nationwide today comes from a New Jersey-based company. We manufacture more than $52 billion worth of products a year. We support 247,000 jobs with an average pay of about $92,000. So those are significant, but technology and manufacturing are changing rapidly. And it seems to me that we need to look forward to the future of manufacturing and ensure that America is where that manufacturing occurs. Something I've been looking at is what role Congress can play in fostering the next generation of advanced manufacturing to ensure the jobs of the future are created here in the United States. And I believe we need to invest in our world-leading university system and develop public-private partnerships between universities and the private sector. I'm looking forward to working with my Republican colleagues on the committee to draft legislation that would establish centers of excellence to incubate advanced manufacturing processes that would enable us to outcompete China and the rest of the world. So, Mr. Timmons, can you speak to the importance of leveraging our research university system to foster advanced manufacturing in order to be competitive in the years ahead?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question, Senator. You're absolutely correct. If you think in terms of the work that we can achieve at our four-year institutions, and I would say that I've seen some amazing work being done at other schools as well. You marry that hand in glove with research and development tax credit, and the ability to deduct that on an annual basis. You continue to strengthen our capabilities as the leading innovative nation in the world. And innovation is frankly the lifeblood of manufacturing. You've already heard some statistics coming from Mr. Davis and others about how incredibly that research and development truly is the lifeblood of our economy, and that we lead the world. We want to continue to develop our footprint in the R&D space, and we can do that through partnerships with institutions of higher education.
It seems to me, hearing the number of jobs that you say exist and, however, are going unfulfilled, that in addition to the type of training programs you're talking about, we should be marrying our community college and other institutions to look at the skill sets that are needed in this regard in order to fulfill the goals.
Yes, sir.
Let me turn to the shortages of personal protective equipment that persisted throughout much of the last year, that revealed the vulnerability of our medical supply chain. States were forced into bidding wars against each other, and chaos ensued. The frontline heroes of the crisis, our healthcare workers, risked their lives day in and day out and were compelled to use the same PPE shift after shift. Life-saving drugs and ventilators had to be rationed, creating an impossible choice between hospitals, long-term care facilities, and nursing homes. And so I believe we can never be held again hostage to foreign manufacturers. I understand we're going to live in a global economy and a global supply chain, but for such critical medical supplies, I think that there's a better way. So I have developed bipartisan legislation with Senator Wicker to incentivize medical supply manufacturing in Puerto Rico, which is part of the United States as a commonwealth. Our legislation would provide U.S. companies with a credit against the GILTI tax based on the amount of manufacturing and job creation they undertake in the territories, which wouldn't be a giveaway. Rather, it's tied directly to wages and tangible investment in the territories. Mr. Black, can you speak to how the loss of domestic pharmaceutical manufacturing capacity created supply chain vulnerabilities that the pandemic exposed?
Yes, thank you, Senator Menendez. Actually, we are losing a pharmaceutical manufacturer that we represent in West Virginia, not in Ohio, but Milan. that is going out of business, and that's 1,000 jobs that are lost. We struggled with personal protective equipment all over the state of Ohio and all over this country for our members during the pandemic. I believe that's critically important to get that supply chain back, to make sure that, not even when we're in this pandemic, but whenever we need protective equipment, that our workers and our members can get those supplies. And it's critically important to our economy to make sure that we have a good supply chain for domestic pharmaceuticals and protective equipment suppliers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Menendez. Senator Portman.